Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming on my spontaneous live. The boss is in class. Hey, CB, Mary's Ranch and Wild Cooking. How are you? He's in class tonight, so I decided to do a live because, frankly, I'm bored. hmm What have y'all been doing today? Anything interesting? I I went on my YouTube today, and usually I go on YouTube, and I don't know if you can see that on the very bottom here. There's a X and a circle or a cross and a circle, and you can upload video, and then I can video. It's not there anymore. So I may have to reinstall YouTube. I don't know. I just used my camera, said heck with it, and I'm going to be uploading a video pretty after this live. So, yeah. What you guys been up to? Anything fun? Hey, Robert, I called this meeting. The deputy has called the meeting because the boss is in a meeting, and I got bored. I have a lot of hair in my face. What have y'all been up to today? Canning ground beef and then chicken. Meat was expensive at Kroger. Oh gosh, it's ridiculous. Oh, I went to this store that the boss doesn't want me to go to. Uh, and I was going to get some meat and I forgot because I went in the gardening section. Yeah, that. Yeah, I'll go tomorrow. And I'm trying to figure out a design for Xena. We had a Siberian Husky and she passed away. And so I made a little garden with stumps in the front yard. And simple and easy welcome and chasing cows. I can't wait to chase cows. We've been looking for a couple of them, a milk cow and a meat cow. Fingers crossed. Groceries and everything else are about to go up through the roof. That's right. That's why you need your garden and your own food source. We'll probably be butchering our pigs. Our pig is 222 pounds, and Diana and Butch's pig at Move North Homestead is, yes, Shed Wars, right on, is 170. So Savory has some catching up to do, but we're figuring June or July, which we really don't want to butcher in the summer, but it is what it is. And we have a room that's cool, that we can process them. And so we're happy about that. Yeah. So today I went and got dirt and bought a couple plants. I did not grow San Marzano tomatoes, so I bought three of those and some basil. I have some growing, but basil is my nemesis. I can I just can't seem to get it to grow up. It takes forever. And even in the good soil, it's not, it's growing, but not at my pace. So, hey, Doug, Shelly, how are you? So yeah, I bought basil and three San Marzanos and a poblano pepper. Although I have a poblano pepper I'm growing. Hello, dumpster diving Mo. Welcome. And those are the only plants that I have not started myself. I have so many peppers, so many tomatoes. Um, I mean, excuse me, just tons. Just Doug. Shelly's in the kitchen. Is she cooking supper, Doug? um, yeah, I'm real happy with what we got. The beans and I did have to put some Royal Burgundy beans in the soil, seeds in the soil in the garden, which I did a terrible video on. But it was so windy. The wind has, she's cleaning up. Okay. The wind here is insatiable. So I bought a mic today, and you'll see on this video I'll upload after the live. It it helped because the wind was blowing right in my face, and it really helped. So I think my potatoes grew overnight. Y'all pray for my potatoes because Homestead DNA, hola Paco, ¿cómo está? Um, my potato showed no sign of growing, and I planted a ton. I planted root stout, sweet potatoes. Don't see a thing. I planted some white potato. I don't know what they're called, but I don't see a thing. Um, hey, bushcraft, what's up, Charles? Um, we're talking garden, obviously here. I don't see anything, but we did have a really bad freeze, and hopefully, with the heat coming on, they'll come up. Um, they're popping now too. Been a hot couple of days. Yeah, we're just starting to get warm days, so fingers crossed they will come up. I will be so sad if they don't come up because I planted a ton of potatoes. Um, and I had a little pallet garden when we first moved to our house in Texas, and we had some really good potatoes come up in that. It was just a little 4x8 or 4x10, and we had some good potatoes. So I'm praying that they'll come up. Our onions, they're doing fabulous. Excuse me. They're the onions, the chives, the garlic. I clip the tops of them, and I'll be dehydrating those for chives and um, onion powder, which I've never made onion powder, so I'm really excited to do that. That'll be cool. I love to dehydrate, and I love to can. Hey, Big Bake. Hello from Jersey. Woo, woo. Yeah. Yeah. So those are my favorite things to do. And then our friends at Chick in the Woods, Samuel and Denise. I don't know if you saw any of the meetup videos, but Adam at Like a Bully won Janice's rabbit quiver. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then Joyce won a purse that she handmade. 35. Oh no. Yeah. Well, we're putting everything in the ground Saturday. I filled up the gardens with the dirt. We get this most fabulous soil from the Amish store. We have an Amish, well, we live in Amish country. So there's an Amish garden center that I get my soil from, and it is to die for. It's got all the goodness in it. I did plant, uh, well, okay. I planted potato sets, and then I have some. Um, Hold on, I'll tell you what they're called. It's from Naturally NC. Her grandpa created Georgia Red sweet potatoes. And they sort of went extinct, or were starting to. So their family started just try to get all these slips with them, and she's been sending, Dee is her name, she's been sending them around the country to try and keep them propagated and growing. And so we got a bunch of slips, I grew a bunch of slips and I put them in the ground and I did the root stout because Joyce at Morris Patch of Heaven said it was so successful for them. But like I said, we've had freezing temperatures, very cold temperatures. So um, hopefully now that it's warming up, the coldest we see in the next 2 weeks is going to be in the high 40s. So yeah, and then today I just put our meat birds out in their chicken tractor, and they're loving it. They're so cute. Of course, Brutus wanted to go chase all of them, and I had to give him a buzz on his training collar so he wouldn't harass them. So, yep, that's what's going on. Hello, living a row life. How are you, Carla? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I will, Charles. I looked at him the other day and I didn't see any I didn't see anything growing, but I didn't want to disturb them. Okay. All right. I didn't want to disturb them uh and mess up any process because it's the first time I did the root stout. Beat me up, Mr. Scott. Hello. And I think tomorrow I'll go out and I'll check them. I did check the white potatoes. I can't think for the life of me what they're called. I got those at the Amish store too. But normally you see the green coming up. But again, it was so cold, so cold. So I'm thinking all they need is a little bit of heat and they'll bounce back a little bit and or they'll bounce back and start producing something. If they don't, then maybe I'll throw a couple more in there. You got a 50-50 chance, right? If you don't take it, you got nothing. So we'll see. I have a little bit, we call him our pet rooster. He's going to be processed with meat bird, so because he's harassing our other main rooster, and they're getting in fights, and I can't have that. So he doesn't play nice with the other birds. And anyway, so where was I going with this? Um, oh, he keeps digging in the garden. I have a big piece of hardware cloth over the potatoes, over the white potatoes. Okay, yeah, I'm on your hip. Good deal. All right. Don't get hit, Robert. um, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow, Charles, because I really want potatoes. I just look on to see what they check them out. Okay. Hey, Lori, Lori's World. Um, oh, the hay, don't get me going. Hey, Homer Micro Farmer. I put hay on our raised beds. And if you saw my pathetic video I put out yesterday, it was, I had all these grasses and clovers. And clover, I can deal with the little teeny beady clover, but all the grass, oh my gosh, it was awful. It was just awful. Homer, I'm so glad Micro Farmer is Homer, y'all. That you got your elderberry and they weren't broke or anything. I was so worried about that. I sent a micro farmer. I was given, well, I was actually given like two elderberries, and I put it on the giveaway table at the meetup, and I gave them away. And then Claire or Chair Bales came over at the end and she goes, "Did I give you elderberries?" And I go, "You did. I don't know where they are. I think I gave them away." So she gave me three more, and Homer's been wanting elderberries, so I sent him two. and hopefully they'll grow. Did you put any root stimulator on them, Homer? Oh, you're lucky. Everywhere I put hay, because we didn't have straw. I mean, we've got tons of hay. Move the one up that looks short. Okay, yay. Good deal. I thought it was a little deep, so I'm glad. Hi, Mackenzie. Hello, Best Yet Journey. Well, it'll be okay because I didn't do them on mine, and ours are growing like crazy. So anyway, hey, Sylvester Homestead. So Sharon gave me three more. I planted the one and I sent two to Homer at Micro Farmer. I did. I told you to stick them in the ground. You're right. I'm guilty. Uh, yeah. So um, that's what I've been doing. Just putting the dirt in the soil. I'm the dirt in the soil. The dirt in the bed finally got those filled up. I covered our new raised bed, the tall one with the tin around it. I put a tarp on it because we have a maple tree that rains maple sapling or seeds, the little helicopter looking things. Um, I'm going to put the link up if anyone wants to join me. You're welcome to. Um, anyway, I covered it up because there will be hundreds of maple seedlings in the garden. And hey, Blackberry Rock, welcome. So this is what we struggle with the most with these beds. And I told Kevin, I said it might be a good idea to get the cover. Um, didn't do a breakfast. No. We need to get the cover, the little dome over it. Here comes Micro Farmer, y'all. Talking smack.
Hey,
Yep,
I clean my nose.
wipe your nose, blow your nose.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm all right.
Because unless we cut the maple tree down, which wouldn't hurt me at all. Hey, DC, Freehandly Maid, Billy at Wickershire Project, Army Chickadee, welcome. Um, yeah, because I last year, y'all, I can't tell you how many hundreds of saplings I picked out of our garden. It was a pain in the butt. And we don't tap our trees because I don't see any syrup or anything coming out. So yeah. So Micro, your garden's looking good, man.
Oh yeah. Plant the chocolate mint today. I got from Healthy Homestead and the elderberries that you sent. Uh,
Doug
yeah,
was
I
in
got my
here earlier.
cucumbers. I got my cucumbers up and going, but I didn't plant them yet. But I did the corn. I did the mini cornfield. I have
That looks great.
71
Yes.
71 heads of corn plants I plant. And that's in the backyard. I mean, that's the front yard. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many people who don't have a farm is growing like 71 corn plants.
In their front yard.
And I'm gonna have about 50 okra plants in the front. I'm gonna go down that the rock wall. I'm gonna till that up and I'm gonna use some of the chicken compost. And when okra go ready to go outside, I'm gonna have about 50 okra plants out in the front.
Yeah.
Bringing it. I tell you, I'm bringing it. I mean, I'm just lost my mind. That's all. I'm just doing. I'm losing my mind.
Hey, Chicken John is in the house. Hello.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I did the Cajun hydroponic trick on my okra.
Oh, it worked.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but people came at me like I was crazy. You put bleach on your food. You put bleach. Whoever put bleach on it? It
Oh
worked.
yeah, I sure did. Hey,
It worked.
Billy.
It worked.
It
There goes
worked.
up, Bill.
And I only had it in there for a couple hours
Mm-hmm.
and those seeds came a popping. Now I only have like two that I didn't do that with that
Mm-hmm.
grew. And I've never, ever, ever had that problem. But oh my word,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these grow.
Yep.
Yep, he popped them right open.
Yeah, so it worked. It worked. I got my thing in my pocket. Oh yeah, I got my
Oh
glasses.
yeah, we gotta have okra. If you don't have okra, life ain't right. I'm sorry.
My
You
glasses.
gotta have okra. We can
You
it.
can have all the okra I grow.
Oh, cool. Send it on.
I don't grow much. I grow zero.
Bring it.
So yeah, so
Good night, Army Chickadee. Thanks for coming.
oh wow.
Yep, there goes neighborhood barnyard
There
chicken.
they go,
Hello.
You see all the awesome people in chat, everybody we know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to catch up on chat. She's starting dinner but listening. Okay.
Okay, cool.
His world thumbs up. Hey, chicken.
Yeah.
Johnny, I'm catching up. Oh, if someone's talking about me, my nose is itching. Y'all quit talking about me. Hey, Gail. Nah. Mass singer with my hubby.
Jan,
Oh,
have you
yes.
seen our Wickeshire mascot?
No, I haven't. Y'all.
Yeah, there's Homer.
Ah,
There's Homer.
I love it.
See,
Squeeze them.
I am flattered. I am flattered that people naming their chickens and dogs and cats after me. I'm good. I'm cool.
Yeah,
Don't bother
yeah.
me none.
I
But
love it.
have anybody, I'm gonna put a word out for the woodcutters. Have y'all seen a Cajun breakfast yet?
I saw the.
Did y'all see the Cajun
Something.
breakfast yet? I'm just saying.
I saw someone's breakfast. Was that you?
That was a Willow Grove breakfast. But I'm talking about y'all woodcutters be talking trash and then don't come back with nothing. I don't understand.
Is there a challenge? Hey, who is it?
I put the challenge. See, that's what I say. I put the challenge out to all of y'all. All y'all woodcutters. I'm calling out all woodcutters.
I've been organizing a meetup. So there's
Another
that.
meetup? You doing another meetup?
No, that one. And I'm just catching up on videos now. And I'm not even close to being caught up.
Your boy Cajun Hydroponics. The swamp rat, aka swamp rat hillbilly, whatever they call it, flatbelly, whatever he is.
I'm not sure where to move.
What happened?
I said I'm not sure where to move. I don't know if I want to stay in Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, or North Carolina. But those are my places.
All right, hold on. I think it's a breaking news story here. You're moving now?
No, I'm looking for land, all unrestricted.
Yeah, you frozen?
No, I'm reading. I'm trying to
figure what you talk about, Billy.
Homestead freehandly made. I gave it a shot.
I'm not following it. I kid you not. I'm not following what you say, Billy. You say you're looking for land.
Looking for land. Yep.
Oh yay! Sylvester's coming to Missouri. Yeah. Woohoo! That's a place to live. This is a place to live. Our friends, okay, Ted and Judy, live close to Joplin, but they're further in. They bought their house, we'll say, $175,000, and they can sell it today for $450,000. 17 acres, just like us. I told Kevin, if we can sell our house for 450, will you? And he goes, I'm not moving again. I go, but if we could. He goes, well, I'd think about it.
Pack your stuff. Let's go.
I'd do it. I'd hire movers.
This time around, you gonna hire movers?
Oh yeah. Congratulations. What part of Missouri, Sylvester Homestead? That is so exciting. I love living in Missouri, although it was the coldest winter on record. Well,
Sylvester is moving to Missouri. They moving to Missouri?
Yeah.
Thought they was just visiting. Okay, they're moving. Well, a lot of people are moving. A lot of YouTubers now are moving. There's a few people I heard is moving to certain areas out of California to Ohio, stuff like that. There's a few people are moving.
Yeah.
Billy told me he's looking for land. He's asking y'all what's a good place to go live. I mean, I don't know. I mean, buy land. That's what he's
Oh,
about.
from Louisiana. Oh, well, get some winter clothes. You're gonna need it.
Sylvester, if you coming by Missouri, bring that Cajun breakfast that Cajun Hydroponics supposed to be making. It's gonna take him a whole year to get it done.
Sell it for 165, Johnny. What? He said I paid 300,000. I can sell it for 165. You're in Illinois and you can what? What? Oh, outside of Seymour. Well, you're not going to be too far from us. About 2 hours. Not even two. An hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah.
So once we get our taxes back, we should have enough money to do a couple land flips and double that money and double that money and double that money. I think I'm going to go that route until I have like a really large amount, and then find a really good piece of property that I want instead of settling for.
There you go. That's a good plan. Johnny, your prices are going down. Wow, that's shocking. I would think everything's going up. I mean, the market is so ridiculously stupid. Oh yeah, Cajun breakfast. You got that right. Mm-hmm.
Look at the micro farmer. Look at those guns. Look at those guns he's got. You know.
Oh, I ain't got no guns. These ain't no guns, bro. These ain't no guns.
Shoot.
Yeah, sure.
These are pistols.
They look like mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, let me pull my shirt down.
It's not here, bro. It ain't
Hi, Andale. Homestead in the colony. Welcome.
Look at the forearms on him. Look at the forearms on him. He's built like
Popeye.
I know, right? Yeah.
I know about Popeye.
Don't get punched by Micro.
No, I don't want that. No.
Army Chickadee, my husband is from Decorah. Well,
from Decorah?
Ridgeway. Ridgeway, like you blink and you miss it, literally. And then you hit Decorah. Yeah, too cool. Yeah.
No, I know. There will be no more. They done warned me in my lifetime. No more violence.
No, but if you had to, I wouldn't want to be in the way.
They said the next time I get violent, they're going to build a prison just for me in my name and honor.
with chickens.
Yeah, well, you can take your chickens with you because you ain't coming home no more.
Yeah. So listen, there's a place in Tennessee. It looks like the company that bought the 100 acres gave up. It's 100 acres. Everything's sectioned out into like half acre plots, a little bit less, a little bit more, and the roads are logging roads, so they're not paved, but they're there. You can drive in with a 4x4. Wouldn't take a car in there. We drive a 4x4. Now each half acre, which is it could be 5.9, it could be 3.2. Each one is $3,000 unrestricted. Wow. I have a plan. What I might do with this is I might talk to the company and say, hey, I'm going to build something here. If you like what I do, I can turn this whole entire place over the course of a few years into a tiny home village. And each place will be pre-built. It'll have solar, rainwater, dry composting, and a small garden area that's not planted. But everything will be bare bones. That way people can come in, and that way they can rip out and sell all those properties as much. Or I'll buy them, I'll do the work, and I'll sell them, and I'll make the money.
Off grid?
Yeah, all off grid. Yeah, absolutely. But I'll set them all up.
That's a big vision.
No, it's pretty simple stuff.
You gotta go bigger, stay home.
Well, I'm with you. I get you. That'd be
it's
cool.
An opportunity for me. It again for me. I mean, I want 5 acres. You know, I want 10. I want 15. I don't need. I need 2 acres. So a half acre for me is. I'll do it if I have to, but I'm figuring if I flip these lands, I'll be able to buy the properties in front of me, behind me, and around me, and that way I can have 2 acres to myself.
The best will be off grid. Yeah, we were gonna go off grid before we found this house, And
I
then
mean, you have a. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have a great plan, but I mean, if you find an unrestricted area, you get you 10 acres, right? And your concept in your okay, let's go. The concept that you have, I would to me, that's my opinion, people. Not saying you gotta do what I say, what I say. I would say take 10 acres, and the way you flip it, you'll build homesteads of what you want to call like a 2-acre homesteads or 3-acre homesteads. So if you get 10, you do at least 2 homesteads always for people who want a homestead will come right in. All they gotta do is bring their butt cheeks and their animals.
Right, they just gotta
Everything
show
be
up.
laid out. It'd be a pole barn array established.
nice.
They'll be able to pull up a whatever a trailer or whatever you feel they want to bring in. But
Yeah,
already the
RV.
place will be set up as a homestead. The paddocks will be there. You can take the wood that you cut and make paddocks, like homemade paddocks. And all they gotta do is just come on in there on a 2-acre or 3-acre homestead. And you could probably get away with those, what? Probably 110,000 a piece.
Now, Homer, my idea on these half-acre properties for $3,000 is they're fully wooded. You know what I want to do when I buy them? I want to strip them. I need the wood for me because you saw the prices of wood. So I'm going to end up getting a sawmill. This will make for great videos.
I mean,
building our houses.
You good with computers, right? You good with computers. Now you can do they have this thing. It's like almost a GoFundMe page, but it's not a GoFundMe. It's where people have, like, say you get somebody with a computer and they'll make out the plan of the property, the things that you want to do. You make the plan out, and then you go find investors.
Yeah.
And people will start putting like 5,000, 2,000, 500, and you see you already know the price of the land that you want to do this in, and you're gonna know the cost. You break that all down, and then you go find investors. Because people do it with what, movies? They do it with movies. They put up idea out there, and people actually fund their ideas. I don't know what the name of that program is, but I'm gonna just call it. Oh, there it goes. Kickstarter. That's what it is. Kickstarter.
Hey, Brian.
I mean, you sitting home, look into Kickstarter, right? And go to Fiverr.com and get somebody to what they want to call. I'm gonna say the word messed up. Render you a plan. Just say 15 acres, right? Unrestricted land, and each 3 acres of that 15 will be a homestead. So now people, all they gotta do is either bring in their own mobile home or whatever they want to bring in. But the pole barn will be already done, a nice 30 by 40 pole barn. But you have these
That's
people,
over my head, man. That's a lot of stuff.
Hey, Courtney, white family.
No. I'm saying you get investors because you personally, there's no way, man. Listen, there's no way you can do it by yourself. So you gotta get the funding to have a company come in.
Yeah, you have to have money to do it.
Yeah, you can't do that work by yourself. You couldn't even clear 15 acres by yourself. It'll take you by yourself. It'll take you to clear 15 acres at least 2 years.
Here's the problem.
By yourself.
If you don't have real equipment, you don't have a bulldozer or you don't have a tractor, if you cut a tree down, you're not moving it. You can't pick up a 4,000-pound tree. You're not going to move up.
You have a logging company come in?
No, but he said he want to cut the trees and keep them. That's what I'm saying. He has to have you have to get the funding. What you want, you're going to have to get the funding.
I got to process them on the property. You got to get a cheap sawmill and process it. Then I can move the boards around.
Sawmill with all that 15 acres on a cheap sawmill. I mean, okay. I mean, you can do it.
Hello.
But I would say you got the right idea. But I would say what's called go get a Kickstarter. Even if a Kickstarter gets you $70,000, that can cover maybe a used bulldozer. I'm talking about one of them big bulldozers. I ain't talking about that cheap stuff you get from. I'm talking about one of them big boys that it burns about $500 worth of gasoline or diesel a day. So,
but
you don't need nothing that's going to break down. You can flip over in the mud like you did the other ones. You need one that's actually going to push some soil around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Now, if you fool around here, the prison system's still doing good work. Now, if you get around the prison system, you might get some free labor, at least a few dollars. You can get you some labor. They'll have the guys come out and clear some of the land for you.
Yeah, it's all about networking, right?
Hey, you look for all the
networking. I
you
mean,
get a
because
pick. You go to
we're
one of
just
them.
learning
Okay,
here
here it
who
goes.
we can get.
The town that I'm in, they have a small prison, whatever you want to call it, prison detention center. Those prisons walk around the town, clean up the town. So those towns are poor. So if you came up there and said, I'm gonna give you $60,000, I need 4 or 5 guys to come and help me burn some of this wood, cut some of this wood, they'll bring a chain gang out there every day. And you, I mean, to cut it, I mean, they're not gonna build for you, but you know, I mean, a whole lot could happen in them small towns. They're hungry for money, bro. Small towns are dying all around America. They're going out of business. People leaving. You know, people leaving Louisiana,
Homer,
moving to America, moving to
I can always
Missouri.
put out an ad. If I put out an ad looking for, tree workers, there are plenty of people out there looking for work.
Go back,
Actually know what they're doing,
go back.
and they're
Somebody,
insured.
go back. You said somebody said something about prison. You can trust prisoners. Yeah, you can trust prisoners. What are you talking about? Your congressman is nothing but killers in prison. They're all criminals. Your whole United States government is criminal.
Hey, Jason, how are you?
You talk about trust prisoners. You can't trust your own American government today. They all criminals. Calling this democracy. This ain't nothing but an oversized communist country. Ultra communist. You heard it? Ultra communist
God.
But Homer, you remember my old plan, right? My old plan was to get like 40 acres,
Nana,
a homesteading community of people on there, of like-minded people, and get it developed. You
know what? That's a great idea, but see, here it goes. You saw the devil ear horns come up where you at right now about that, and I know Darren was talking about that too. He said it doesn't work. You'd be better off, like you said. Your second thought and train of thought is get the land and flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the co-op crap. Forget about that world. That world that's sunken and shop. I'd rather you put your tax paying money, buy the land, and like you said, your first time when you came up here, flip it.
And make a ton of money.
Get the money and go about your business.
Yeah, it just, it depends where you go. Are you going to live there while you do this? Hey, Chrissy along the river. Are you going to live there and do it? How are you going to manage it?
That Tennessee property allows me to do that. I can get a half an acre of land for $3,000. I can put a metal shed there. I can build my temporary house in there. Then as I can go next door to me on one of those $3,000 properties. I could purchase 2 or 3 of those, start working on those, start putting the tiny homes in there, start working on the Wickershire project, showing people how to build a tiny home, rainwater, what we're supposed to be doing. And then in the meantime, because people are interested in that stuff, we're going to do different style of builds, which keeps it interesting. Maybe we do a hot house. Maybe we do a shed to home. Maybe we do a metal shed. Maybe we do an RV style. We start doing different style of tiny home living. And that's big on the internet. People love that stuff. Nobody likes the Wickershire project right now. Nobody wants to see me plant carrots out there in the raised bed. It's boring. Nobody wants to see me go pet a pig.
I do.
It's like watching a cat video.
It went to the left, but the part where if you came up with an idea like that, right? You need to not only have the idea, you need to have some type of foundation of what it will cost for you to do that with the help you're going to need. So you could do like, what is that? DNA, Homestead DNA was saying, start a Kickstarter. Kickstarter. You might can raise $100,000 within 2 to 3 years to kickstart at least. Okay, buy the 3 for yourself and your family. Put that shit like you talking about. Then go get you a Kickstarter and buy another 2, 3 lots of that and get a Kickstarter like $50,000, $70,000, and then you could do that and flip it.
Now,
Jason made a good point. There are folks that will pay. There are folks that will pay you to come out and remove your trees for timber. Then you can use that dollar to pay off the land.
You've got to be insured. You've got to be insured when you do that stuff.
Well, yeah, they have to be insured, not you. They have to be. I mean, it's a great idea. Now, I like it.
It's a great idea.
Why this is a good guy is he was willing to dig me out of a hole, and I appreciate that.
Listen, I got windows ain't doing me no good behind my chicken coop. Windows ain't doing me no good.
I don't want to rely on Homer. I need to do this by
myself.
You
rely on me. You don't got to rely on me. I'm just saying, go Kickstarter. Your plant. Everybody's telling you it's a good plan, but I would say
Yeah.
it costs you nothing to make a Kickstarter. The way you explain your stuff to us, put it in Kickstarter. If you don't know how to put it together, they got people on Fiverr.com will help you put that proposal together. Drop it on Kickstarter and just let it flow out there. Let me tell you something. You see this good community that you in right now?
Bye, Blackberry.
Yeah, these are all good people. I love these people.
No. Here it goes again. The people in this community.
Did you get my link? Farmer Q? I'll put it up. Oh, here he is. Okay.
Is he coming up?
Yep, here he is.
So I'm going to say this last piece to you, bro. Go to Fiverr.com. They'll help you get a proposal up. Put it on Kickstarter. And then, like I said, you bring that proposal to Kickstarter on your YouTube channel.
That's awesome, Sylvester.
And the people here in the community might help you out, bro. You might get you $6,000 for your project, bro. I'm just saying. I'm done.
I get it.
I'm done.
Yes.
I'm done. But yeah, you put it out and tell people you got a Kickstarter to help you reach your goals.
Yeah, that's who did all my stuff. My YouTube stuff was Fiverr. It's Fivver.
Yeah. That's what I tell him. If he don't know how to put it together. Hey, Q, what's going on? What's going on?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Q?
Not much. Just
not as much as you're doing.
I'm not doing that much. I'm chilling.
So are you planning to plan a full backyard? Bill, Wickershire with Billy. I hate calling people by real name, but Wickershire. Are you planning to do a full garden this year, or are you doing just a partial garden?
Partial garden. We only got 4 raised beds, and all I've got is the vining field and possibly the cornfield area. That's and we're doing now. We got containers. We're doing a couple because of the shed wars.
All right, he said the haters. No, ain't hate. No, y'all not. The woodcutters ain't winning. I'm just telling you, you're not.
Nisi,
y'all not bringing your A game. What?
Fiverr is a platform you can go on, Fivver, and they will create what do you call those? Like where I have subscribe, share, like, and then I have my logo.
It's a freelance company. It's a freelance of everything.
It's a freelance. Hey, Conrad. Hello.
They're cheaper. they
let the dogs in. I'll be right back.
You can
afford their products because there are people like Lori's World. I'm not saying Lori World's cheap, but I'm just saying they're like people who have their own lives and they do stuff on the side.
Yeah, it's a cool website. I haven't personally used it myself, but what I will say about it is when I first started, before I decided to go on the whole journey of figuring out how to do everything myself, I was very much about to pull the trigger on that because it was like, oh, I could for $10 get somebody to do this. Oh, okay. But I think it's a really good tool. But I think what it can quickly also turn into is like, oh, that's just $10. Let me do that. Okay, boom. Okay, that's just $5. Let me do that. Boom. Okay, that's just $20. Let me do that. It can quickly turn into something that you're leaning on. But outside, if you're not going to lean on it, I think by all means, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because Bushcraft family said he used it to make some side money. I mean, if you could, like you said, you doing people logos and stuff like you did Ed's logo, Ed Crazy Helmstead, you can get on Fiverr.com and become a freelancer with Billy. And you can do side work and get paid because Bushcraft family said he used it to make side money.
That's a company that's located where? Israel?
Oh, God. I don't know where it's located. Just go to
Fiverr.com. The people who do it are all over the country.
Yeah, I don't know where they're located. I
think it's Israel. I think they're over in Israel.
You can actually, like the actual users themselves, though, you can actually get some info about them if you want, because you actually exchange, you message the person that you're having do the project with you. It's like a one-on-one kind of a deal. So, I mean, despite you might be right about that, I don't know, but I haven't looked that far into it. But the utility of it's there.
But that I
used them and I never did get charged.
Okay, what the heck? I
never did. I kept looking for it. because the
You
guy
don't
was
have to
in
do anything.
Pakistan. And
Everything that you just talked about in this live right now, you can do everything that you just talked about.
I can start a solar company selling solar stuff online with them.
Oh yeah, you
No,
definitely
not,
can.
no, not selling.
can-
I mean,
You can set up you can have somebody, you can literally have somebody set you up an online store. So what you can do, literally, okay, so I'll give you an example. Like I have my website through Wix, and I do me and my wife do all of our stuff on my website. But if I were to actually be like, hey, I don't want to do this, I don't have time for this, I could literally be like, okay, I'm gonna buy a Wix account, I'm gonna get the most premium version of Wix I can. Okay, Fiverr guy, I'm gonna pay you $700. I need you to build everything on this website. I need you to set up a catalog for me to sell my products. I need you to have my inventory set up on my catalog, and I need you to make sure that you maintain my catalog. And I'm gonna make sure that I pay you this much for maintaining my catalog. You could do something like that.
They automate it. Huh?
Yeah.
yeah,
But at that point, you'd have to. At that point,
your Wikishare project could become true, bro. I mean, it could come to reality. It's just that you got to do the research.
or you could hire Charles and have him do it. A bushcraft family.
So Wickershire, I can see that you're really good at reverse engineering stuff. So like for you, I think it'd be really beneficial for you to pop $5 or $10 and see how somebody does something for you, and then just deconstruct it and be like, okay, I got this now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need someone to come and cut down a bunch of locust trees because I got them everywhere. So I want to know who brought these here and thought it was a good idea.
They got what, spines on them? All the spikes?
Oh, they got it's like the crown of thorns they put on Jesus' head.
Yeah, it's spiny.
Oh my God!
Burn permit and burn one tree every year. Just burn it down.
You have to pull them up by the roots because their roots come back. Everything comes back. Yeah, we'll have to have them. What do you call it? That machine that knocks them over.
Stump grinder.
So how big the tree is?
The cat or whatever it's called.
How big the tree gets? How tall the tree gets? How big is it?
They're huge. They're huge.
That's why I say burn one down every year to the stump and then have the cat come out. Because you're gonna get somebody to cut the tree down. That's about $400 a tree. Then you gotta get the cat. So burn it down to the ground, use the ash in your garden, and then have somebody come with a backhoe with a packer and pull the roots out, the trunk
excavator. Hey,
bro, like,
Harriet Holland.
What I would do with that tree, bro, I would get like a freaking, what is it called? A freaking, not a stump grinder, but a freaking, you might need one of those too, but I would get a wood chipper, like, and I would dice it up as much as I can with chainsaws, and I would just throw that bad boy in a wood chipper and just have me a wood chip field for my garden. Literally just have like a wood chip, just that like allotment.
That would be fabulous, but these you have to pull up by the roots. Oh. You have to. Golly, it's driving me nuts. I can't think of what it's called.
Well, get you a Kickstarter program because you're going to be. You say you got a bunch of them. It's going to be about a $15,000 job.
Not around here, but about 30. I'm going to get a grant. I think I'll get a grant and.
If they give her a grant to cut some locust trees down, you can get a grant to start your project.
So what are the trees called?
You need to look up with Jan.
Locust trees.
Oh, they're locust trees. I didn't know that.
Yes. And the thorns will kill you. I mean,
are they honey locusts? Because in Texas, there's honey. Oh, so they're honey locusts. Oh, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about there. Those trees are the devil.
Yeah, they're terrible. I mean, everywhere.
I've seen thorns. I've literally seen thorns on them this long.
We have them. We have them.
Wait. Who she said that think she's cheap because she's on Shed Wars website? Who said that?
Lori. Laugh out loud. He thinks I'm cheap because I do Shed Wars website free of charge. He has no idea, but I forgive his ignorance.
Who thinks she's
talking
cheap?
To Danny and Ann and Amy? I don't know what. I didn't hear it.
I know I said something about her, but I wasn't saying she was cheap. I mean, like I said, I don't know her business. I don't know none of y'all business.
Danny's
Lori was. And I'm not ignorant. I just said that the stuff that you do wasn't thinking you cheap because you doing Shed Wars website.
Lori's World, I wouldn't.
And you don't have to forgive me for my ignorance because I did not say you was cheap at all. I don't know your prices. I was just saying the stuff that you do for Shed Wars. So if somebody said that I thought you was cheap, I don't think you was cheap. I don't play with people's lives and their livelihoods. So please, I might be shit.
It was a joke, Homer.
I'm gonna give y'all a heads up on Jan's live. I am thin-skinned when people start making allegations against me.
Oh.
I get
So
real
Homer,
off about it. I don't care
Homer,
who you are. I don't care who you are, because right now I'm getting real. Don't make comments, because I don't go through people's lives and talk about people's stuff. So I'm thin-skinned.
No, I was joking with Lori because you said
thin-skinned.
you weren't calling her cheap. You weren't calling her cheap. Yeah, he misunderstood. I'm cheaper. It for us to get our maple tree cut down, it was 500. 500? Yeah, I think it was $500.
yeah, but they make money off that maple tree. That maple tree's worth a lot of money to the people who
We
cut it down.
kept it. No, we kept it.
Oh, you kept it.
They felled it and we kept it. And it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
What did you do with it?
Well, I made garden stumps out of it, and then we're drying it out for firewood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll have wood next year or the year after that. Yeah.
So that property I was going to get, again, it's like 100 acres. It's 100 acres unrestricted, $3,000 per half acre. If I start going in there, cutting the wood, processing it on a wood mill, piling it up, getting a supply to build my own log cabin, tiny house, whatever I'm going to do, again, it's unrestricted. As the channel will pick up. It's a tiny home channel. I can do what the Wikishire was meant to do. I'm going to start rolling in dough, which means I'm going to go out of that 100-acre property to other properties, and I'm going to start land flipping them until for the next 3 years until I get up to around $500,000. Once I have $500,000, I'll be able to reinvest in the original property that I'm at. Hopefully, that company understands what I'm doing. I'll have to sit down and talk with them, and then I can develop that 100 acres into a little, it'll be mine, but I can share it out to people that I want. Get those cabins and all that stuff in there, and like this guy here, I'm like, Farmer Q, 20 acres. And he's like, what do I got to do? I was like, nothing. You just got to show up. It's yours. And get people like him on there. And then, he can unload and go wild and get everything he needs built to be done. He's going to be big. This guy here is going to be big.
I'm only as good as my tools, brother. I'll work though. What you're saying, yeah, I'll work like you're saying. And I got to eat, and I got to have a house, and I got to be able to take care of whatever kids I want to have. And I got to be able to pay the mortgage. I got to do all that cool stuff, because that's what's going to have to be taken care of before we get into dreams and things like that. And I'm not saying these are dreams, because they are realities that will happen, but because they're happening every day, like you're saying. But the reality of the situation is, we got to come up with some kind of scratch.
What if you had 10 free acres and a place already established for you to show up and move into, and then
state gardener has
I would just want to make sure that I have a route to my clients that I'm established with right now, because that's the kind of things that and that's just my personal situation. But at the same time, if you establish a network of business and you're independent, that's how you sustain yourself. So it's like you depend on your clientele, and I mean, you definitely serve them well, and you make sure that you do right by them. And this is whatever you do. This is in whatever you do, whether it be gardening, irrigation, whether it be selling plants to people, selling cuttings to people, anything. You're going to make sure you're doing right by your clientele, and you're going to be networked with them. And online sales is a very good way to make sure that you sustain yourself by sending things to people and stuff like that. That's why establishing yourself in that way is how we need to be doing it nowadays. Straight up.
Now, Q, you would not have an electricity bill. You would not have a mortgage. You wouldn't have any of your typical bills. All you would have is that little tiny land tax of like $100 once a year. You'd have to come up with $100. Everything else is
I think that's
done.
Okay. So what you're saying is really dope, and I think that's awesome. And that would be really awesome if you're talking to the younger me who didn't have to consider someone else's thoughts and opinions about life. And you have to really consider that as well. When you're going through life and you're happy in life, you're considering both. You're one with the person that you're with. Either if you're alone by yourself or with somebody else, you're either at peace with yourself or you're at peace in your joint union with whoever you're with. And And that being said, I want to have a house that has certain things and stuff like that. And I don't necessarily want to have a lot of acreage right now. I want to have maybe 2-3 acres at most right now, and then maybe build into having 20 to 5,000 acres. You know, I'll take over the world at some point. No worries, we'll get there. But right now we're chilling.
Stinky Puddle Ranch, how are you? Yeah, that's a mama dog.
That guitar back there is it's a Les Paul. I bought that guitar back probably about 4 years ago for 3 years ago for Tiffany on her birthday. And it's a Les Paul, and it's an electric guitar, and it's nice. We got to play it more.
Yeah, you got to keep them broken in.
Guitar, I have long fingers, but I never could play a guitar. I can play piano, but not a guitar. Well, I could. Hey, Britton Farms, how are you? Yeah, I tried. I won't say that. It was pretty bad.
Jan, I'm gonna quiet down a bit, Jan, because I can talk when I get going. So I don't want to dominate the channel. This is your channel.
Hey, Bull, how are you, brother? We're just talking. We're just shooting the bull. Kevin's well, he was in class. I don't know if he's on his way home or not, but he does an apprenticeship. Although, even though he's got 20 years as a glazier, he to become an apprentice or whatever with this company because it's union, and he had to do this apprenticeship. So every week he has a class. Yeah. Yeah. I want to go live on a commune with a bunch of hippies. I am a hippie. My kids say you're such a hippie. Hey, Claire, how are you tonight? Yeah. I am an old hippie. I was one of those. Yep. Still got it in me. Yep. Yeah, Bull, your garden and pond. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I mean, I have a huge pond, but it looks so cool. Hello, sifting some soil. How are you, Nona?
What's up? What's up?
I mean, we moved from a half acre to 17 acres. And hi, Mary. I met Mary at the meetup. And we have a beautiful pond. It's almost a half acre pond. And we have a 10-acre pasture to one side, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 to the other, and then behind us a couple acres. But I love, love, love living where we are. And honestly, we don't use the pond acreage for anything right now. And we only use the other acreage if our neighbor needs to run our cows on it. And then we have the pigs behind us, and and then where our house is. I might be off on my acreage part, but it's just gorgeous out here, and we're all surrounded by trees, so that's even nicer. I really enjoy Missouri. Cold and rainy here last few days. How about there? It's been gorgeous. It rained. We were supposed to get rain today, but we didn't get rain today. It was absolutely gorgeous. I went and picked up some plants and basil and San Marzano tomatoes because I did not. I mean, I have basil, but my basil is like slow growing. Every year I have to buy it. So I picked that poblano pepper, although I'm growing poblanos, but I saw it and I said, heck, I'll just get another one. But yeah, we have tons of peppers, tons of potatoes, tons of, oh gosh, what else do I have? Kohlrabi, turnips,
Nice.
collards. I'm growing collards for the first time. So poor Gales, they got slammed.
So Jan, what are you doing with your collards when it comes to things munching on them?
I don't have anything munching on them.
Oh yeah.
They're in
Okay.
that tall raised bed,
Okay.
so I don't have anything munching on it. If that happened though, I would put one of those domes on there, a raised bed dome. The most we deal with are tomato worms, the
Mm,
green
the
and brown
hornworms. Yeah.
things, yeah. And then the squash bugs. Last year,
Oh yeah, squash
hundreds
bugs.
of
Ooh.
thousands of them attacked
Whoa,
my
no, no,
squash.
no.
I
Oh
got a
my
question
God.
for
I
Farmer
poured
Q.
bleach on one of my gardens because it was so infested with squash bugs. And then I had a turtle that kept eating. It was, I don't know, it was a volunteer tomato, but every time it got red, this turtle would come in and
So
it
Jan, I got a question for Farmer Q.
yeah,
What's
If
up?
you had let's say you had a 20 by 40-foot raised bed area, instead of putting up a greenhouse, could you actually hang up a refined, like not a hardware cloth, but like a bug netting, a refined bug netting, and put a structure in just to keep the bugs out instead of spraying
Well,
inorganic stuff all over the plants?
I've actually thought about something like that before
Yeah,
because
a bug screen, bug netting.
back when we were in Pueblo, Colorado, um, like where I was in Pueblo, Colorado, we had like, so you know how in places where grasshoppers just kind of build up and then kind of die out, there's buildups. There's like this, call it like the 7-year grasshopper cycle or whatnot. And we got to Pueblo, Colorado on like the tip of the grasshopper infestation, and it was like you could walk outside and there was like grasshoppers, like just okay, I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of freaked out about grasshoppers before I got there, but like before I was freaked out. After leaving there, like I could like pick up grasshoppers. Oh, hey, how you doing, buddy? Like pick you apart,
Yeah,
feed you the chickens, whatever I need to do. You know what I mean? I could do whatever. But like the thing about it, it was bad. And like anything we grew outside, unless the grasshoppers didn't like it, it just did not grow.
wow.
They picked it clean. And the only thing I thought about, I was like, man, if I had like if I had a pole with like, or like a pole structure with some netting over it, maybe this would work. But I don't know. So what you just said right there, I think you're onto something with it because you'd be able to get the airflow. But if you had a chewing insect that would just chew straight through that, I mean, or mice or rat, which would definitely try to get to your plants. Mice and rats would definitely chew through your mesh material to get to your plants, and rabbits probably would too. It'd probably have to be like some kind of like nylon or like some kind of crazy hardcore material that was like some kind of space. I don't know, like, but animals will try to get to your stuff no matter what.
Kevlar
yeah.
netting.
They
Couldn't
do
afford
make
Kevlar netting.
netting. Hello, my Aussie garden and kitchen. Thanks for coming. Culinary on the prairie.
You know what they do? They put up like they're metal things, like pieces of tin that bang against each other that scare the crap out of mice and rabbits. 'Cause they don't want to go to an area that's jingling and jangling, you know, like wind chimes and all that kind of stuff. You don't put up one. You put up a couple in every single corner and keep that noise going. The plants don't care about it, but the animals with the sensitive ears that need to listen for predators, rabbits, mice, they don't want to go near that stuff. They can't focus. So I'm thinking those, because I've seen it done on a few farms where they do net over, but they make sure that they have the tin and the things that make a lot of noise there, just spook away the smaller rodent failure, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth the. I mean, my thing is what I had to learn the hard way in Colorado. And Colorado was a great experience for me because it taught me a big lesson, like a big lesson as far as like, because I'm still a dreamer, but it made me a realist dreamer. Colorado did, because I was like, man, you know, willpower is a hell of a thing, but you know, willpower to really succeed, willpower takes a bunch of people willing to be like straight up crazy about something. And then on top of that, to succeed, willpower takes something that's logical and have people behind you. So if you're doing something like battling something, like if you're using wind, like I'm not trying to shut your idea down, but in my mind, I'm like, if I'm putting up netting, I'm putting up wind chimes, I'm doing all this other stuff to try to keep something away, the profitability, because my mind just thinks like, and maybe this is just a side effect of being an artist in a world that just doesn't give a crap about art. And my mind just thinks dollar signs now, like straight up, like, and what happens is, as a result of that, like I can't, And I think that's good and healthy when it comes to trying to like have kids, you know what I mean? Because then you can really just be logical about the decisions you make. But but realistically, when I'm thinking about something that's going to take so much effort and so much time, because time is man hours, and I'm one man, I can make myself into 3 to 4 men for like extended periods of time, but then I burn out and crash longer than most men. So like it's like I'm like I can be supernatural, but then I supernaturally burn out. Like that's, I mean, anything that goes up must come down. Like it's just the natural law of things. So you have to think about everything. This is so much to think about, but these are all things that you have to think about. And I don't know, we're just kind of shooting it at this point.
Yeah.
I came into the chat hyperventilating and with anxiety, so that's how I started this chat off. Yeah, I was looking for land to buy, and I'm like, I need to find that perfect property, and I need to find it right now, this minute. You know, I need instant gratification. I know it's there, and it's not there. You know, there's some suitable stuff, but like I said, I started this chat off. My heart was racing. Terrible.
Yeah.
Well, is it better now?
Yeah, because I get to talk to people. You know, it's just
you get to process your thoughts.
People of sound mind. I can't be left with myself for too long.
Chrissy along the river, I don't know if she's still in here. They have a greenhouse, and they've been catching mice because she had something eating her plants. And we have, I think it's not in here anymore. I didn't catch a mouse, but we had something eating my plants. I mean, I came out and I had all this corn growing in my containers, and it's gone. And I'm like, I mean, it's in a kennel. It's locked up in a kennel. There's nothing other than a mice who could have eaten it. But we didn't catch anything. I have traps out and everything, but it was driving me insane. So I was like, okay, I'm not growing any corn until I put it outside. But then we have the what are those bugs? Japanese beetles.
Oh man, yeah.
They'll be coming here pretty quick too. And then you have to put out all the traps, and we nailed it last year. I mean, there was so very few. Whatever I found, I gave the chickens. Smashed.
I'm just glad we don't have grapevines, because they would wipe the grapevines out. They used to clean us out in Boston. We'd have our grapevines going. Everything would be looking green. Everything would be looking good. The grapes start forming and stuff. All of a sudden, Japanese beetles come in, and it just looked like someone took a shotgun and just blew the whole vineyard apart.
Yeah, we didn't have them in Texas. We never had them in Texas. So my friend goes, "Oh, the Japanese beetles are coming," and I was like, "Okay." What's that? And then she had to tell me, what it was. Excuse me. And then my other friend came, and she showed me how to set the traps in a triangle form, and we put them all over the place. And I was very happy. I don't want them to eat anything, so I will have traps everywhere.
Well, and one thing and I don't know how financially feasible, and this is one thing that I have to re-explore when I do actually get more large segments of land and stuff like that. Beneficial nematodes, if you can get a consortium of beneficial nematodes and actually apply them in a way that is sustainable, this is usually through means of having some kind of either custom-made irrigation system or installed irrigation system professionally. But
it goes to the water.
Just being able to keep the top layer of the soil, or keep the deep layers of the soil somewhat moist, and have like an actual, nice, how can I say, nice fluffy, nice soil base. If you can have a really nice soil base for a good like 12 inches or so, and you can actually keep that deep soil moist, and you can have beneficial nematodes applied at, before the season, you know what I mean, you can actually have some cool things go on, because you're hitting the larval stage, because bugs are in instars. That's how bugs work. So if you can really attack bugs biologically, all the time, just thinking biologically all the time with your attacks, not thinking, oh, let this bug eat my leaf, and then the bug dies because it eats my leaf. I don't know if I want to eat that leaf either. But realistically, if I can stop them from breeding with each other, if I can stop them from reproducing and things like that, it really that helps my peace of mind.
I think this is why I want 1/10 of an acre. I can cover the whole damn thing in bug netting and not worry about anything.
But yeah, those beneficial nematodes, Arbico Organics, like that's a really good website. If you've never been to arbicoorganics.com, like check them out. Some of their prices, you can kind of like look at you can look at they have different, so they have basically, if you got nematodes, they have the pack for the backyard gardener, they have the pack for the intermediate farmer, then they have the pack for the agricultural system, you know what I mean? So I mean, they have three different numbers on there, and they've always worked really well for me. I'm gonna tell you, they're beneficial nematodes, like, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Dogs bark.
The boss is coming home. So they always
Here's the
feed
thing,
them
what
in
you're
the
talking
driveway.
about. Hugh, you're talking about beneficial nematodes on your property, right? Where you're gardening, where you're farming, where you're doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But once you step out 1 foot from your property, you've got problems. The same thing that's going in the garden is going on out there and further around your property. Stuff will just fly in.
We used them for red ants in Texas.
Well, okay, so I feel what you're saying too, like about things just flying in. But the thing that you're trying to do, the way that I think about a large segment of land, it's a battle, it's a war. You're fighting a war, and you're fighting these small battles to try to captivate that whole area that you now conquer and call yours. You got your flags up in your different areas now. If you can conquer enough of that space, and you can really establish enough benefit, like it's everything's a bank account, and if you can get a positive balance in every single bank account in every single space that you've conquered in every single space on your land, everything that comes in now has a very hard time establishing itself, like in just taking over, because when you get somewhere, it's chaos. I mean, it's not chaos, it's just nature, which is chaos, which is beautiful. It's pure, it's pure in its form. But you can make a natural environment. You can make a natural environment that you've now reoriented, but it's going to take time, and it's going to take effort. It's going to take money. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take that. And in the world we live in, unless you just got a lot of assets to barter or something like that.
There's a very important thing about gardening. Gardening is not natural. It is the most unnatural thing to plants ever.
Hey, well, there you go. There you go.
It's such a bizarre thing to do, is to like say, I'm going to take this plant from way over here in that zone, and we're going to try to force it, make it love this soil and these bugs and all this stuff. It's going to be happy.
Right,
it's going to love. That's
okay.
When I make
April,
videos.
Thanks for coming.
When I make videos, I know I'm going to swear here. When I make videos, I know I'm feeding bullshit. So it's just like, this container garden's made easy. You just put the plant and seed it. Yeah, it's not. It's such a unnatural thing to do. But listen, you
I'm
delete
not very good at container
gardening. I'll come after you.
You said what?
I'm not very good at container gardening. It's probably the hardest thing for me to do, and I don't know why. I can put it in the soil, I can put it in a bed, and I can rock it. But give me a pot and put a seed in there. I'm terrible.
We're still talking about container gardening, are we?
Yeah. I'm terrible, but yeah. Yep. Well, the boss is home. I gotta wrap it up.
Hey,
thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hey, Michelle and Rob, we're leaving.
As soon as Michelle and Rob show up, we should go. And there they are.
There's Homer. Yep. Hey, Cindy. Hello. I'm about to leave. The boss just got home, and I'm gonna close my live out. Thank you all so much for coming and joining my panel. All the mods, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Danny and Amy, I'm gonna get a chair to put on my tree instead of a hammock chair, and we're gonna have swing time with Jan and hammock time with Danny.
Hey, I'm about to go eat some ice cream. I'm about to pig out right now.
I know everyone's talking about ice cream. Y'all shut up.
No ice cream on this property.
Have a blessed night.
Oh, man.
Billy, may all your dreams come true.
Oh, they will. It's just going to take time.
Yeah, just keep reaching for them.
Hey, You get you some goats and you get you some milk. You make your own ice cream.
There you go.
That is an idea. Next
Hey,
video. Sorry makes ice
everyday
cream.
life of an OCD chick. We're about to leave. I'm so sorry.
It's like a bunch of people rolling in here now.
I know everyone's eating dinner, and
That's how it
I'm
always happens. That's how it always happens.
Jan. Yeah.
Q, go live. Q, we'll all jump on your channel.
Oh no, I'm about to kick back. I'm about to kick back. I got a long day tomorrow, but I'll see you tomorrow, Jan. I'll see
Love
you
y'all.
later, Jan.
Bye, y'all.
I'll see you later. Wicked Show Project.
Share. Take care, guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. Bye.
Be blessed and love well.
See ya.
See ya. Weekend RV and hello, goodbye. We're leaving.